Well, good morning. Here it is. It's Thursday. We're on the downhill slide, toward the weekend. And today is the last day of February. Today is February the 29th because this is a leap year. And so anyway, I hope you had a good Wednesday. Hope you had a good hump day, and hope that you were able to navigate and, get ready. You maybe kind of start getting ready for the, toward the weekend, and maybe start trying to finish up some projects or whatever the case may be for you in the place you work. But anyway, this morning, I hope this morning finds you, doing well. Hope you're feeling well. Hope that you're well rested, and let's continue to pray for our firefighters and first responders as they're still battling some of these fires. And I hope you're ready to tackle the opportunities that God has for us on this Thursday morning. This morning, I want to share with you a devotional entitled "Because of God's Grace." Christians have no grounds whatsoever for boasting. There's nothing to boast about. I mean, we didn't become Christians because we were born into a, Christian family. We're relatively, moral people, or, did a number of good deeds, good things, Therefore, we have absolutely nothing that we can take credit for. And we find ourselves bragging about anything that we have done, to obtain our salvation. If we're doing that, either we are not saved, or we don't understand what it means for God to forgive us. In Ephesians chapter 2, the Apostle Paul, he makes a bedrock statement about the Christian faith in verses 8 and 9. He said, God saved you by his grace when you believed, and you can't take credit for this. It is a gift from God. Salvation is not a reward for the good things we have done, so none of us can boast about it. This is a foundational Christian doctrine, yet it's surprising, how many people don't grasp, the simple yet profound truth that we are Christians entirely and solely because of the grace of God. Earlier in this letter to the Ephesians, Paul, he spoke of God's mercy. Now here he speaks of God's grace. You see, God has dealt with us in grace, which is getting what we, don't deserve. His forgiveness, his pardon and adoption into his family. Now, someone has accurately defined grace as God's unmerited favor. See, this grace came in spite of what we were and what we did. Grace is getting what we don't deserve. Mercy is not getting what we do deserve. And justice is getting what we deserve. Now, we never want to ask God to give us justice, because in doing so, we're asking him to give us what we deserve. And what we deserve is hell. I mean, thankfully, God has not dealt with us according to justice, because Jesus Christ, you see, met God's righteous requirement at Calvary. The death of Jesus satisfied the justice of God. An effective testimony, in other words, your story of how you came to faith, always will glorify God, and it never will glorify the past. Some Christians, they make their lives, before becoming a Christian, sound so juicy and interesting that, they make the present seem dull. And that's an inaccurate testimony. I mean, if you are honest, about what you were before you, became a Christian, then you must talk about the spiritual state that you were in. You were separated from God and in rebellion against him. A good testimony never will glorify the past. It will always glorify the Lord. Every Christian has a testimony because the power of God has gloriously transformed every person who has put his or her faith in Jesus Christ. It's important, to realize that salvation does not come from anything that we've done. So let's not boast about what we've done or, what we gave up to follow Jesus. I mean, granted, we may have given up some things, but they're nothing. They're nothing compared to what God gave us, in their place. Here's the deal. If we don't realize that, then we don't know how dark our state was, how miserable of a condition, that we were in, and how far, we were separated from God. I pray that you realize just how far away from God you were before you came to know Christ. And if you're sitting there today and you really don't know Christ as your Savior, I pray that you come to know Him today. It'll be the best thing that you've ever done. But anyway, I hope that you find this devotional encouraging today. I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember, Angie and I, we love you guys, and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you.